Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Welcome, everyone, to Texas Songwriters Alliance Audio Impact on Lone Star Community Radio. I am your host, Alex Lozano, and before we get started with our special music guest, James Henry, we have our shows that we recommend, so let's go ahead and get to those. So tonight, we have the acoustic mic over at Molly McGuire's Irish Pub, and then Nick D's. He just started a few weeks ago his open mic at the world-famous Wildcatters there in Katy, Texas, the Wildcatters Saloon, actually. Friday, get your country on with Ryder Grimes at Rowdy's in Spring. Friday, my friend Bob Lane from the band Another Run. He's also a really good sound guy. And Rosdell and the Wheel Workers at the world-famous Continental Club this coming Friday night. Also, the Ryan Adam Wells and Friends, along with Paco Perez, who hosts the open mic here at Corner Pub with, he's also the fearless leader, and we're going to get them in here real quick with Heavy Honeys. Paco's also going to be playing with Ryan Adams at Dan Electro's this Friday, along with him and some friends for a Christmas show. Then we have Victim, Legion of Grave, which is a Black Sabbath tribute band, and Ace of Spade, Motorhead, obviously, at Warehouse Live in Midtown. And Saturday at House of Blues in the Foundation Room, which is a super groovy place, is the one and only The Looper, my boy Doug Westcott. He is amazing. I want to congratulate him on the birth of his daughter. So way to go, Papa Doug. Yeah, Doug Westcott at House of Blues this Saturday at 8 o'clock. Might be able to see that show. The one and only Slags at the annual Ugly Sweater Party at the Hilton NASA Road 1. Saturday is a tribute night at BFE with Disturbed, Ghost, Killswitch Engaged, and Bullet for My Valentine's at BFE Rock Club. Saturday, Dueling Pianos at Dulce Nati, I can't even say that, but it's the Italiano restaurant in Spring, Texas. I want to give a big shout out to my new sponsor for the Texas Songwriters Alliance, my boy Slade, who is from Slade Studios. He's absolutely one of the best 3D animators. He's worked with Disney. He has displays at the Museum of Fine Science, and big shout out to him. He's also ex-military. He's a Devil Dog ex-Marine, so big shout out to my boy Slade. He's also the guitarist and producer of the band Riot the Witness, which we're going to be bringing on sometime after the first of the year. And then this Sunday, a very well-known guitar player, and our very last show that we're mentioning is the Heavy Metal Market over at Moon Tower with the one and only guitar hero, Marzi Monterazzi. I know I'm messing his name up, but it kind of sounds like a Maserati. So anyway, we are here with my good friend, James Henry, also with the James Henry Band. How you doing, James? You looking good? You're sounding good?
Hey, Alex, thanks, man. It's good to be here.
Yeah, we're good times, man. I'm so glad that I reached out to you and you answered the phone, and here you are.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about this first song we're going to hear.
Well, what I've got is it's going to be, I've got a few tunes, and the first one is off my upcoming record, and the title of it is of the song is New Age, and it's kind of it's just about a little bit about the way music is traveling these days, and the way it hits people and the way
it moves you.
Yeah, the way people react to it today isn't the same as it was, and
right.
it's ever evolving.
Sure.
So kind of that song, that's kind of what it's about. It's a throwback to some old school jams.
I'm looking forward to it. I know our listeners are really going to enjoy this. Wow, brother, that was fantastic, man. And just kind of spaced me out. I mean, that's kind of the purpose of some of that music. You just get carried away in the jam, and you've got such an amazing rhythm section. Wow, man, I'm digging it, man.
No, thanks, Alex.
Really, really, really digging it. Tell us a little bit about song number 2.
Well, the song number 2 is "Don't Blame Me," is the title. I wrote that song over a period of about 20 years.
I thought I was a slow songwriter. Okay, you got me on that one, but
it's one thing I've discovered is with songwriting is it's kind of like, don't get discouraged if you don't just pen the whole thing in 5 minutes, because parts of this song came to me over a period of years, and I didn't put the pieces together for a long time.
You know what, brother? You're one of the first cats I've ever met, because I'm kind of that way too, because I'm a notoriously slow songwriter. So I'll go to open mics and I'll sing the song and I'll make up lyrics right off, like a rapper does, off the top of my head. And I'll have people come to me after the show going, "Those lyrics move me." And I didn't want to say anything, like, it wasn't the song that wasn't finished, but it wasn't going to burst their bubble. But yeah, I get that, man. Wow.
Yeah, I wrote that song, and we recorded these tracks probably about 7 years ago. My good buddy Mike Morris played drums, and he's on two or three of my records. And Thurman Robinson, he passed away this last year, but he's on 2 or 3 records.
Your bass player.
Yeah, and he's an old school blues guy.
Right.
And so it's really, people are going to be, freaked out when they hear Thurman playing all this heavy stuff. And
right.
But Thurman's just a monster player. Both those guys are just monster cats.
Right. And I think it's crazy that he'll be up in heaven just guiding and jamming to it, knowing, hey, man, I'm not there, but I'm there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could tell that. It's like a big brother to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Like homies. Like real deal. That's awesome, man. Oh, what is the name of this song?
Don't Blame Me.
Don't Blame Me. All right, guys, y'all heard it here, man. James Henry Band.
Do I beg you now?
Man, great jam. You just get caught up in the jam, just start kind of get, just the air about just the whole vibe, and that rhythm section of yours. I mean, it's like you're just, just kind of a little bit, a tiny little bit of some of the rhythm movement cream.
Yeah, we all kind of, Thurman and Mike, they played with me on that record, on this record, and we all kind of listened to the same stuff, drink from the same cup, and that song, that we did that in one take. There was no overdubs, except I overdubbed the vocals.
Right.
But all the music was one take.
Yeah.
Those guys, they're just they laid it down.
Well,
man.
you know what? Microphones don't lie.
Yeah. Oh no, I've been really blessed, with some great band members.
Right.
And
they end up being brothers to you.
yeah, and
Brothers in music for sure.
Yeah, I think to some degree you're connected to them before you meet them, somehow.
Yeah. It's like God kind of puts them in your path.
Yeah, when I first started jamming with Mike Morris, we all did a jam at the last concert, and actually it was Thurman's first gig with us. He had
Don Fudge.
Yeah, and Thurman had never played with me or Mike in that setting, and so I just said, hey, you want to come do a gig, and he showed up, and it was his first gig, and I wound up recording it off stage and we put it out on a record, my first record, the live album.
Yeah.
And I called him up. I was like, "Hey Thurman, hey, you mind if I put you on my record?"
Like you were already on there.
Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm down, man. I ain't been on a record."
Man, he is so solid, man.
Oh,
God rest his soul, man. He's up there, doing his thing, jamming with the Angels and all the greats, now all the people he grew up with.
Yeah, the title for that song, "Don't Blame Me," it kind of I came up with the title before I came up with the song.
Right.
I was with the first manager with my first band, Shadowcasters, Dwayne Marsh. Him and I were like camped out in a hotel doing the first record with Shadowcasters, and we were waiting on the engineer to call us to come in and do what we needed to do. So we were just like 2 or 3 days killing time.
Right, just waiting.
And we were so stir crazy. We'd made about all the trips around the block you could make. We were broke. We couldn't do nothing.
Right.
And and I remember he was just like, "Man, don't blame me,"
Right.
And I was like, "Man, that'd be a great song."
Right.
and it was funny, 20 years later, here it is.
Right. Wow, that's crazy, man. Tell us about song number 3.
Song number 3 is a tune called "If You Gotta Go," and it's kind of it's a song about people that come and go in your life, and you love them, and
in and out.
Yeah, and if you got to go, it's all right. I mean,
We'll see you on the flip.
Yeah, man. But it's just a straight up jam, like maybe some old Grand Funk kind of vibe.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a straight up rocker, man.
Okay, sounds good, guys. Y'all heard it, man. James Henry on Lone Star.
Called your name on the phone, called your
Holy smokes, you're right. That was a jammer.
Yeah.
Man, you're ripping it up on that one.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Love that tone, man. It's just goes in there and just moves you without even touching you. You know, that's the magic of music, man. It's so amazing. Tell us about song number 4.
Well, song number 4 came off of one of my last records that I put out. I did it with a different cast of characters. I had a good friend of mine, James Moore, playing drums, and Quentin Calva from here in Houston on bass, and my really good friend Wally Farkas played Hammond B3. And we got out at James Moore at his place. He's got like a Hammond B3 collection.
Right.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
And so
Next level groove.
Yeah. So I asked Wally. I was like, "Hey man, do you mind throwing some B3 on this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I can do it." And his part wound up just being one of the coolest things on the record.
Yeah, it just makes your guitar sound even fatter, juicier.
It does, man. It fills it up. But yeah, we just this song. It's called Mike Mayo's Blues, and I named it after a guy. He was a manager at a bar. There was a period in time I didn't have any gigs, and there's a dive bar down the road from my house, and they hired me to play there.
What was the name of the bar?
It's the Watering Hole, and it's there in Magnolia.
Oh, I've heard of it.
And it's an old school dive bar.
No, I've
It's
been
killer.
there.
Yeah, it's
my
killer.
girl Marla Wilkins. She does care. Marla?
Yeah,
You're friends with Marla?
Yeah, I know Marla.
Yeah, that's my girl.
And so we played there, and this guy Mike Mayo, he managed it, and he really got me in. He's like, "Man, I got to get you in here. You need to play here, man." And he worked really hard and got me in there, and we this song we did, it evolved. It was a jam we did, an improv,
right.
And it grew legs, and so we over a period of about a year and a half, it turned into this whole thing,
right.
And he wound up passing away several years ago, and so it was kind of in honor of him. We would have never came up with the song. I wouldn't have got the gig. And
none of it would have happened without him.
And so I was just really grateful, and I just wanted to share that.
It's a great way to memorize him.
Yeah,
to remember him.
Yeah, because he really loves music. He loved music. So I just
he's one of those.
Yeah.
I know. I resemble that remark. So yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it's in your blood, your DNA.
That's it. You can't get rid of it.
No, you either have it or you don't. It's awesome, man. Wow, James Henry. Hey, that was just mind-blowing. Hey, guys, we're about to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the interview with James Henry.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
Welcome back, everybody, to Audio Impact on Lone Star Community Radio. I am your host, Alex Lozano, and we are here with our special music guest, James Henry of the James Henry Band. Wow, some amazing songs you have there, buddy. Can't wait to see you play out live sometime next year, and other endeavors you have going on. Tell us what you've been going on. What's going on lately with you?
Well, I've just been working on the first few tunes you heard. They're coming out. They're going to be out on my next record.
Right.
And so for the last year, I've been working in the studio, trying to finish that record up and get it wrapped up, and so that's kind of the next big thing.
How many songs are you gonna have on that record?
Probably probably around 6 or 7.
Okay, kind of like an EP, but a little bit more.
Yeah, because the songs are long. The songs have their.
I'm learning about it. You're our longest.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. You gotta finish your statement.
Right,
musically.
Right.
It's like sometimes it's 3 minutes, and sometimes it's
gonna
30.
It's gonna be a full length EP.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So I have a few questions, and I know one of them I always like to ask the artist, especially since I'm always dealing with so many guitar players. So who was it? Was it your mom, your dad, an uncle, an aunt, a buddy? Who was the first one to put a guitar in your hand, and how did that happen?
Well, when I was, I guess I was about 5 or 6, and we lived in Houston, and the house next door burned down. And the smoke damage, we had to move because of the smoke damage. And the day we were moving out, my dad found they had left an old guitar in the burnout house, and everything was just burnt. And how the acoustic guitar didn't get burned up, I have no idea. But anyway, he snagged it,
right.
And it was just an old beater. And when I got a couple years older, he strung it up and
I knew you could play a few chords.
Yeah, and so he gave it to me to try, and I didn't take it first. I was a little too young.
Yeah.
But when I got about 12 years old, I picked it up, and then it really started to grow on me.
Right. Started to all sink in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite guitar, acoustic, electric, or do you have a couple of them? Usually, it doesn't surprise me when artists have 2 or 3 of their favorite guitars, kind of deal.
Yeah, I've got. I play a couple of old Fender Stratocasters that from their 1979. I've had both of them since I was a teenager.
Both 79.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
like twins.
Yeah, and I got one. I got when I was 14. My parents got it for me.
Sure.
And that was my first real guitar. And then when I was about 19, I picked up another one, and I've been playing those guitars ever since. I've had them. I've played them to death. I've had them refretted 2 or 3 times, and finally had them put stainless steel frets on there so they're not going to wear out.
Yeah. You're not gonna put some wear and tear on those things. Hey guys, I want to show y'all something real quick. So some lucky winners at his next show, yet to be determined, we're going to give away. Check out this CD, guys. Not only does it come with a full-length record, how many songs are on this one?
There's 4.
There's 4 of them, and then this is that like is that the CD?
Yeah, the CD and vinyl.
A vinyl, CD, and a pack of rolling papers. All right, special. Okay, James Henry rolling papers along with this rolling tray, and we're going to give away those to a few lucky winners. So definitely tune in to that. Also want to show off this amazing shirt that he hooked us up with right there. There he goes, whatever. Anyway, that's it there. I want to go over your bio because when I asked you to send me over, I asked you to send me a little something, something. And you sent me a little something, something. And I know there's more to you than this. So let me go over to his bio. So James Henry is a Texas blues guitarist, raised here in Texas, from Houston.
Yes.
Also native Houstonian like myself. Been called Houston's best kept secret for years after being the sideman and band member of groups, some of these groups for over the last 2 decades. Henry steps out on his own with his 2014 release of his self-titled debut album, live album, the Mulkin. Is that it?
Yeah, it came out on Mulkin Records.
Mulkin Records Music. It's a live album and is blistering, intense blues guitar smackdown recorded at the For the Community Festival 7 at Last Concert Cafe in Houston on 2014. You know, I believe I was there because I know Micah,
Yeah.
the guy who organizes that and who's with the community and stuff. And, you know, he's been a part of he's attended a few of my homegrown 420 festivals that I used to put on a long time ago. Also, James got to start at 17 when he met and was mentored by Houston legend Jerry Lightfoot. Man, if you haven't heard of that guy, he's definitely a staple in the Houston and the Texas music scene. And he eventually started playing alongside of him and also playing with regional blues circuit with Pearl Murray beginning in 1993. James then formed a popular blues rocking band called the Shadowcasters, which I've heard of them even, like for a long time. And I used to see him in Music News, my buddy Kevin Wildman, one of our media partners, who were the mainstays on the blues scene for 93 to 2011 and ultimately released 2 albums. It Takes Time in 2002 and then Between the Light and Dark in 2015. James also played guitar for blues artist Steve Carras, right?
Crace, yeah.
Crace, okay, right. Filling that guitar spot for him for over 10 years, playing hundreds of shows all over festivals in the U.S. and in Europe. Playing guitar on the group's 3 album releases, Easy Livin', Someday, and Buckle Up, which reached number 3 on the Billboard Blues charts. While playing with Steve, James backed up many blues artists such as Trudy Lynn, I'm familiar with her, Big Walter Price, the Thunderbird. In 2012, James took home the 2012 Best Guitarist Award for the Houston Press Awards. As this was enough to keep James busy, he also played guitar and reformed a version of the Texas psychedelic band, the Golden Dawn, led by George Kinney.
Yes.
And their lone album was released internationally, an international artist, in 1968. That was the original one. As part of these bands listed, James has opened up, listen to these names, many major artists over the last 20 years, including Bobby Blue Bland, Ian Moore, Delbert McClinton, Jerry LaCroix, my French is bad, Nick
Gravenitis,
thank you, Chris Duarte, I got that right, an amazing player, Johnny Winter, another one, and one of my favorite, real quick, Pat Travers. He played at Beach Bums forever ago, and I ended up working security for Pat Travers, and after the show, he was really, really bummed out. And, and he played almost a full Crash and Burn, which is my favorite record by Pat Travers. He's just a badass, right? And I go, what's wrong with Pat? And the drummer says, man, Pat forgot his weed, and he's in a bad mood. And I was like, okay. So anyway, I knew somebody who might have had something. I'm just saying, I knew somebody who might have knocked on his trailer and said, hey, Pat, I think I can hook you up like cable TV. So that's my Pat Travers, so I made Pat Travers happy. I hooked him up. Yeah, he's that record, Crash and Burn. Every song on it is killer, and I know they're using some organs on some of those songs there. Just amazing. He's also played with Ray Price, Johnny Lee, Roy Head. I mean, dude, you've played with like music royalty. He's also played in an avant-garde ambient guitar group called, what was it?
Xenophobe,
alongside Ty Tabor of King's X and Wallace Fracas the former guitar player for Galactic Cowboys. I know Dane, like I said, Dane and Lynn down Saunier of the Saunier Brothers bands. They're real good friends, and Dane is gonna have a new release sometime next year, and we're gonna have him on the radio show. Man, brother, you have had a real busy last, pretty closer to 25 years almost.
Oh yeah, man, it's adding up.
Tell us, because we're going to be wrapping up the show here real soon. Tell us some of the people you'd like to give a shout out to, and who you're thankful for in this moment in time. When God blinks his eye just one time, that's 1,000 years. So.
Oh yeah, no, man. I just, I'm grateful for everybody that's been a part of what I do, and it's hard, it's taken everybody, that I've come into contact with, man. My good buddy Wally Farkas, Mike Morris, James Moore, Quentin Calva, Thurman Robinson. It's just
that's the bass player who just passed away.
I mean,
you got to give it up. We're giving up for you, Thurman, here from Lone Star Community Radio. What an amazing bass player, man.
Yeah, it's just a lifetime of, musicians know it's like you cross paths with so many people, and some just come and go in the blink of an eye, and some stick around, and, some of them just have a huge impact on you, and some of them you just hey, how you doing, cup of tea, and you're gone.
Right.
But then, sometimes they just, you sometimes you don't realize the impact they have on you till later. As it's happening, it's just happening.
Right, you're in the moment.
Yeah, it's just a gig, or it's just a session.
Right.
Or it's a lunch or whatever. And then, years later, you look back and you realize, man, that was a really great moment.
Right, right. A moment stuck in time.
Yeah.
Also, guys, I want to tell you that some lucky listeners are going to get a couple of these records that he has, instrumental, that he put out a few years back. What year did this one come out?
It came out in 2023. I just put that out last year.
And I saw this one here recorded at Last Concert Cafe.
Yeah, that's the live album
that's the one from the Community 7 Micah's event. From
Yeah.
the song. Yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, guys, buddy, thank you so much for being on Audio Impact on Lone Star Community Radio. We really appreciate you, all the goodies that we're going to be giving away. He doesn't have a show coming up anytime soon because he's in the studio finishing up his long 6-song EP that you're going to be putting out. What is the title? Do you have a title yet?
I haven't named it yet.
Yet.
Some kids, the name before they're born, and sometimes you name them as they're being.
That's right. As it's happening, man.
Some albums, I knew the name of the album before I did any of the music, and this one, it snuck up on me. We cut the tracks in 2017, and we weren't going to do anything with them, and they've just been sitting, and I started messing around with them, and I was like, man, these are really good. We didn't like them at the time. There was, the band was like,
right.
And we thought we could do something better later on. Well, later on never came, and I was listening to the tracks, and I was like, man, these are good. We might do something with this. So I just immediately started working on it, and it's been my life's mission ever since.
Sure. Well, guys, I am so excited about having you on my show, and we had a talk before we started the show about him possibly playing some music festivals I'm working on here in Conroe and other projects that I'm working on. And I do remember he played my Houston Hemp Fest, and that was a real good time, really good memories and stuff. Real quick, I want to go ahead and thank all the people that helped me put this together. Jay Lamb's Remy Rock Rage Radio, one of my producer sponsors, one of my best friends, our media partner. Oh, and also got some great news, Dick. Music news is after the first of the year we're going to have a monthly calendar now. That happened earlier today. So thank you, Kevin Wildman. So now you'll be able to see who's playing the next time, and when we bring you on later on in the year for the release of your for your CD and stuff like that. So I want to thank Kevin for that. Awesome. And again, my new sponsor, Slade Studios, doing 3D design. Big shout out to my military grade girlfriend Kimberly for keeping me in line and keeping my spirits high and stuff. I love you, darling, my mom, and just everybody. And we're all working up until the holiday seasons and stuff, when we can hang out with the relatives for 1 or 2 days before we want to kill them. No, just kidding. But not any. But yeah, man, thanks again. You're a fantastic player. I enjoy it. You have a great tone, and I'm proud to call you a friend.
No, I appreciate it, Alex. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you, man.